Hello everyone, this is Akash Nemani, and today we'll do a tutorial on Google AdWords. So first we go to adwords.google.com. So Google would ask you to sign up in case you've not signed up. What you can do is also use your Gmail account or a YouTube account. Google uses the same account for all of them. So I've already signed in, so it automatically takes me into my account. So here, this is the basic dashboard kind of a thing of Google AdWords. Here you can see all the different campaigns which you're running. So let's start from the basics. First up, a campaign. A campaign is basically like a run of all the ads for a particular type of project. So let's say you're launching a new product and you want to do a campaign around the new product, so that you create a new campaign for the new product launch, and then you have separate ad groups within the campaign. An ad group might be each ad group would target a different thing. For, let's say, if you want to target specifically the product, or you want to target, let's say, the category in which the product belongs to, or you want to target feature based. So that's different ad groups which you can create, under which you can have several ads. Now Google Ads, there are different kind of ads which Google supports. One is a search based ad, and then there's a display ad as well, like an image ad or even a flash animation ad. So let's start off by creating a new campaign. First we would go to create a new campaign. So here you can choose whether you want to display it on search and display networks, or search only or display networks. Let's start with the basic one. Let's do a search network only. So this is one of the basic campaigns which Google lets you do. Uh, so here, if you see the type of campaign, a standard one, which would basically be a text-based campaign with which will show up on Google search networks. But you can actually make it a bit more fancy, add a lot of different things by using all the features which Google provides. So I'll show you how to go about it, what are the different features that's available, and how you can use it. So let's name a campaign. Let's say Help Learn Asia Conference. So this is my campaign. So if you have existing campaigns created, you can actually load the settings from here. But let's not do it. I'm going to create a new campaign and show you how we can go about doing it. First thing, the networks. The networks are basically where do you want the ads to show up. Do you want to just show it on Google.com or all the subdomains of Google, or do you want to also show it on Google search partners? Search partners include Google Maps, YouTube, etc. And a lot of other search engines are also present out there which uses Google as a backend. So it shows up there as well. So we include the search partners. Now the devices and the laptops. So one good thing about Google is it lets you target really well. You want to say, okay, I'm a Mac based app, so I want to just show it to Mac users. You can actually choose the OS to be a iOS, or maybe a Mountain Lion specific OS. Or if you want to say, I want to just show it to Android users or just Windows users, you can do that. So in this case, the option is not being shown because it's not a legacy ad. Let's first change it to a legacy ad. So here you see it will give you first what are the devices you want to show it to. You can choose that, okay, I just want to show it to desktops and laptops. I don't want to show it to mobile devices, or I don't want to show it to tablets. So a lot of different options for you here. Moving further, you can actually select the operating system as we spoke, Android. You want to show it on all Android devices, or are you an Android app supporting only specific versions of Android? Then you can select the versions of Android as well, right? Or you want to choose the devices, you can choose based on the OS, all the Acer devices, you can add all, or do you want to show it to all, let's say, ASUS devices, so on and so forth. We'll just select all right now. And another great thing is based on the country which you're targeting, your location, you can actually choose your carriers as well. So right now it's preset to Singapore, so you can select that I want to show it only to M1 users or StarHub users, etc. So that's a lot of detailed targeting which you can do just based on these simple kind of data points, these simple filters, as you can say. So moving on, locations. Now, where do you want ads to be shown? Right now, it's just chosen Singapore as default because that's my set location. But you can choose it based on a state. Let's say California. You can also add specific cities, let's say New York City, right? Or you can add an entire country, let's say Malaysia, right? So you can actually do it based on a lot of different parameters. In US, you can actually add zip codes as well. So that's helpful for, let's say you're a small shop, you're a laundry service provider in a specific area in New York City. So you can actually drill down to the zip code and then say, I want to show it to people only in these particular range of zip codes, etc. Right? Uh, Going on advanced options, so there are two different things here. You can the countries now which you've specified, let's say Malaysia, New York City, California State. So do you want to show it to people who are from that location, or also for people who are searching for something in that location? So that's what you can target here based on the target. Whether do you want to target for people in your targeted location, or people searching for viewing about your target locations. So that's right now, let's show it to both. So that's another good thing here, which you can see. Language, based on your country, Google would set a default language, but you can go ahead and choose if, let's say, I'm showing to Malaysia, so I want to show it to Chinese as well because Malaysia has a bit of a Chinese population. Or you can choose Malay if that's a language available here. I don't think it is right now, but yeah. So if you're, let's say, choosing Indonesia as a country, you can use Indonesian as a language. So right now I'll just stick to English. Now, bidding and budgets. So here you can see that you can either manually set your budget or you can let AdWords set the budget for you. Now, the good idea of setting it manually is that you can have a control on your budget and how much you're spending. You can track it. If you have a budget given to you by your team, then it's always good to use that. Default bid, it's the default price you want to pay for every click that you get for your ad. So let's set it as 0.60 right now. But one good thing is which Google offers you is the Google under tools and analysis, you would see a traffic estimator tool and even a keyword tool. So based on the keywords you're targeting, it will actually tell you the default bid price which you should be bidding at, an average estimate. So you can play around that figure and then set your default bids. What's your daily budget? Let's say I'm setting a daily budget of $50, a default bid of 50 cents. So I'm looking at somewhere around 100 clicks a day. Delivery method, do you want to do it like, okay, since I have 100 clicks a day spread over 24 hours and show me and just utilize it per hour basis, or do you want it accelerated? So I would prefer an accelerated method where it just reaches my budget. And also good thing is later on you would see that you can actually choose a time frame within the day when you want to show the ads. So that kind of makes it even better for you. So ad extensions. So these are the features which you were talking about, which I was talking about earlier when we chose all features here. So let's go one by one and have a look at them. Firstly, add extensions. So location, you can actually add the location of, if you're a brick and mortar shop, you can actually add your location and put that data on your ad itself. So you either, if you have a Google Places account, you can use that, or you can manually enter your address and then Google would put a icon on the map and then it'll also show that together with your ad. So that's it. That's a great thing to do. Product, let's say you're selling a shoe, then you want to show some information with regards to your product as well on your ad, then you can link into your Google Merchant Center where your product should be listed and then link these together and it'll do you a good combination to show up your product on the ad itself. Site links, let me show you a good example about site links. Let's say, as Google says, let's say you're a pizza company and you're a small pizza restaurant and you're targeting customers in your area. Now when they search for it, let's say they search for pizzas in my area, your ad comes up. So you would a basic ad is a text, then a link, and then some description of what your product is or what you're advertising about. But site links are these extra links which you see below them. So it's pretty good. It helps you out because if someone's looking to look at a store, he can just go directly, or if someone's looking to just order, he can directly go to the order page, or someone's looking for deals. So what this is good because it adds more links to your site and provides relevant information for people what they're looking for. So you can actually create your site links. So I've created a few, but I'll create a new one to show you how this goes. So since you're doing it for Help Learn Asia, let's say for a conference, then you can say speaker lists for HLA. So helplearn.asia/speakers conf conference. Okay, conference details. Okay, I got the spelling wrong, but so you can do helplearn.asia/conference, so on and so forth. You can add more links here. Thirdly, call. So again, if you're a pizza company, it's better to show your phone number. So in case someone's using his mobile device to access it, you can just tap on your ad and it places a call. So it's good that if you're putting mobile ads, you can actually say that I don't want to show my link, rather I just want to show my phone number in the ad. So you can just say just show my phone number. So that's another great extension which Google provides you. Social, it always helps you to increase the ads weightage in terms of quality of the ad if you're adding a link to your social site. So you can link it to your Google Ads page here. You can provide your URL and Google will pull in the relevant information and then it'll do the needful. Dynamic search ads, let's leave that out for now. That's a bit too detailed to get into. The third last thing is an app. So if you're a mobile app, Google Ads, it really supports you because you can just link your ad to your app, so people can directly download it from that link. So if they click on it, and it'll take you to the download page. So if you're an Android, name of your package, the text which you want to show, and the link, direct download link. So that's another great thing which Google provides you. So these are all the ad extensions which they have for us. I'll just disable these for now. So moving on, the advanced setting, these are also some good settings which you can actually have a look, even though it's not necessary, but it's always good to explore what's on hand. The start date, when you want to start the ad, are you launching the product, let's say 3 days from now? So you've created the ads, everything is set, just set in the start date and it'll automatically launch it on that day. And then when do you want to end it? If you're looking for a 1 week or a 2 week thing, then you can put an end date. If not, if you're monitoring daily basis and then you want to yourself control when you want to stop it, so you can do that as well. Ad scheduling, this is what I was talking about earlier. You can actually select the date and time when you want your ads to run. So let's say on a weekday, I'm a laundry shop, so I'm running my shop from 10 a.m. to, let's say, 6 p.m. So I just want to show the ads during that time. I don't want people to be looking at my ad when my shop is closed. It does not make sense, right? And then you can use this copy option to weekdays. So I'm copying it to all the 5 weekdays. Saturdays, let's say I have a different timing. I am open from 10 a.m. to, let's say, 2 p.m. Okay, and Sunday I'm closed, so I would not run my ad on a Sunday, right? So I'm actually this way I'm running the ads only on the time when my shop is operating. Again, similarly, you can. A lot of people believe that there are certain times during the day when people are generally browsing, based on the time zones, of course. So you can actually do some research and see when's the good time for you to run your ad as well. Ad rotation, do you want to optimize your ads for clicks, or do you want to optimize it for conversions? By conversions, I mean, let's say you're an e-commerce store, or you have your main objective is to sign up people for your newsletters. Then Google lets you add conversion tracking code to your pages, so that Google knows when someone visits that page via your ad, and this way you can track if there's a conversion. So that's actually a part of another tutorial which we've added in the series, so you can definitely have a look there. So you can also optimize it for conversions or clicks, or do you want to rotate evenly, etc. So these are different options which are there. So based on what you're trying to do with your ads, you can look at them and select the relevant one. Frequency capping, let's leave it out right now. It's the number of impressions which your ads are getting. Well, for us, it depends on you. Do you want to show it to as many people as you want, or do you want to reduce it? You want to set a standard? That's up to you. So that's done. Keyword matching option. It's always good to include plurals, misspellings, and other closed variants. For example, someone's looking for laundry and he can't spell it. He misspells it. It's Google is smart enough to know that what he's searching for, so it will show up your ad because it's relevant to what you are doing. So it's always good to do that. Tracking URL for dynamic links. Let's leave that out for now. That's more of an advanced kind of a thing. So that was our basic setting for our campaign. Now let's move on. So now we're creating an ad group. So let's say this is for the speakers. Yeah. So within the conference, I want an ad group for all the speakers to advertise based on the good speakers that's coming at the conference. So the kind of ad, I would create a text ad. Again, you have options of creating a product ad listing, a dynamic search ad, etc. Let's do the basics text ad. These are the examples of how your ad would show up on Google. Heading, this is kind of important because that's the first thing generally people would look at in your ad. So it should be pretty much, it should be good in terms of its marketing and to capture people's attention. Let's say I'll just use a basic one. Marketing gurus speak. Okay, even though that does not make much of a sense, but you get the idea what we're trying to do here. So description, also have a look that this indicator gives you the number of characters which you're using. There's a limit to how much you can have on each word, so make sure you keep that in mind. You can actually Google it and find out the limit for each line, and even for the headline there's actually a limit to how much you can add. Come and listen to some of the well known marketing gurus and learn. Okay, I don't think I can fit from them, so I'll just stop it here. So you see, this is how my ad's looking till now. Now the display URL. Another good thing here is that the URL which you show up here can actually be different from the actual URL. So I'll give you an example. Let's say I'll say helplearn.asia. So this is basically showing you a link to my direct website, but I can actually take them to my speakers page, right? So this is a hidden link, but the actual displayed URL is just my website. Uh, Other good uses of this can be, let's say you want to actually add more tracking. You're using your own tracking tool or own tracking app, so you can actually add your query text here and include. So this is more of a technical thing. So I guess if that your tracking team would give you the link to put in, so you actually have that option here. So this is exactly how your ad's gonna show up. Moving on, keywords. So this is important. Now what we're getting down is to keywords. Is basically keywords are what people are searching for, and Google matches that search term with the keywords which you have set for your ads. If they kind of match or they're kind of similar, then Google would select your ad and show it to them. So that's how it works. Based on what your ad is, Google would actually suggest you some. So I would actually add all from here, but that's not what you should do. You should actually look at all individuals and then see what kind of keywords you want to target. Again, as I said, there's a Google keyword tool and also a traffic estimator. So make use of this tool. It will tell you how much the competition level is, what's the average number of searches on a specific region and globally. So that's always helpful. Another good thing is here you can then estimate your search traffic. Your average CPC is about 0.21 to 0.26. There's only 1 to 2 clicks a day, so that's low. Let me add more. Let's say I want to add all from these two categories. Let's see how this makes a difference. Okay, so number of clicks is just 3 to 4, but now let me actually, instead of doing this, I'll just type in my own marketing speakers, marketing conference, Singapore conference, uh, online marketing digital marketing. So yeah, let's re-estimate 11 to 12 clicks. So as you see, as you add more keywords, it increases, and also your average CPC would change based on the keywords which you are adding. So now you see Google actually lets you change your default bid again, because you now kind of have an idea of what your average CPC is. I would generally put it as the highest here so that I do not lose out on much of the traffic on my case. So that's about it. We actually done here. Our ad is ready. So you need to put in a credit card detail, of course, for your ads to run so Google can bill you. Right now, I'll just say set up billing later, but you should definitely set up your billing so that Google can actually start running your ads. Now, let's first see our ad. So this is our ad. It's already eligible. In some cases, Google might actually send it for review, and it might take up to a couple of days for the review to go through. But as you see, our ad is already online. Here you can see how many clicks are we getting, how many impressions did we get for the ad. So a ratio of a percentage of the clicks per impression is your click-through rate. How much you're paying per ad, so average cost per click. So that multiplied by your clicks is your cost which you're spending on a daily basis. Average position is basically at what position your ads being shown. There might be like 3 to 4 ads shown on the page, and yours might be on the first or the second, third, so on and so forth. So this would basically give you a good statistical indication of how your ad is doing. Keywords, this will give you data per keyword on how the ad is performing. As you see, some of them are below first page bids, so maybe you need to increase your bid rates, and you can actually change your bid rates per keyword here. So that's the flexibility which you get. And if you want to go change your campaign settings, you can go to settings and click on change campaign settings, and you can change the settings which we just made. So yep, this is about it. So we first create a campaign, an ad group, and then an ad within an ad group, and we are all ready to launch a campaign.